We begin here at 5 with a campaign promise that Donald Trump made in 2024 to expose what he called the truth about Jeffrey Epstein. And now, months into his second term, the administration is making moves. But the results so far have only sparked more questions.
This all started back in February when the Department of Justice handed over binders labeled the Epstein Files Phase 1 to a select group of conservative influencers. Then on July 7th, the Justice Department announced that there was no client list and there would be no further public releases related to the Epstein sex trafficking case. They did, however, release 11 hours of surveillance video from outside Epstein's cell, but a 1-minute gap in that footage has only fueled more skepticism.
Then just last night, President Trump took it a step further, ordering Attorney General Pam Bondi to seek the release of grand jury testimony. Critics say it's more about politics than transparency. The political firestorm over the Jeffrey Epstein files continues to swirl, with President Trump ordering Attorney General Pam Bondi to seek the grand jury transcripts, and House Republicans voting to demand the DOJ release more information about the case. Meanwhile, confidence in Bondi is waning among some Republicans.
She's way out over her skis in this thing. She released that notebook, which was stuff that you and I would already know. Then when she followed it up with the list on my desk, and then there is no list, I get tired of that.
Earlier this month, the DOJ and the FBI released a memo declaring Epstein's 2019 jailhouse death a suicide and calling the case closed. Former Epstein defense attorney David Schoen says unsealing the transcripts could cause more harm to the alleged victims.
Everybody ought to be in favor of transparency, but there are other interests involved. There is no Epstein client list, that I can tell you, that lists names of people who he purportedly took to an island with young girls or any place else with young women. I can assure you he would have used that to his advantage if there were.
CBS News correspondent Scott MacFarlane says the president's directive is partly symbolic.
There's a political issue, too. The president is trying to mute criticisms coming from inside his own base, and this is a gesture towards doing so. It's just less than clear as the weekend begins whether it's going to be an effective gesture.
The problem you have is it's been delayed so much that I think a lot of the evidence has either been tampered with or destroyed. And that's really what bothers me.
Meanwhile, New Wall Street Journal reporting alleges that in 2003, Trump wrote Epstein a birthday note with a hand-drawn sketch appearing to be the outline of a naked woman. The Journal says the letter ends with, quote, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." President Trump calls the letter fake, writing on social media, "These are not my words, not the way I talk." He's now threatening to sue the outlet and owner Rupert Murdoch. MacFarlane says the reporting could actually help the president reunite his base.
It sure has changed the tenor of some of the president's supporters. They began this week blasting President Trump for not doing enough to unearth whatever the truth they think is out there about Jeffrey Epstein. As the week ends, they're rallying around his criticisms of the Wall Street Journal.
So even if the judge does agree to release the grand jury transcripts, experts tell me they would be heavily redacted and would likely not satisfy the public demand for explosive evidence like the so-called client list or other damning materials.